Hi, welcome back to Mo's Advocacy Update. I'm Cory, this is Jen, and the House Armed Services just had their markup for the NDA. So a big piece of that was the Quality of Life Panel's recommendations. One of the really important pillars of that was childcare specifically. So let's do a deep dive and talk about that a little bit.
Well, you know, the child care is a nationwide issue, primarily because we just don't pay our child care providers enough. You can look at studies over time and show that the increase in pay for child care providers is actually lower than that of the fast food industry. Wow. So over the course of time, we haven't seen a lot of improvement in that. Meanwhile, we've seen fee increases and all sorts of other things on the payer side. So we're really happy to see that some of the quality of life recommendations focus on pay and benefits for child care providers.
Okay, so let's go a little deeper. Tell us more about what changes they're proposing.
Yeah, they want to ensure that there's competitive pay, whether you're in a metropolitan or non-metropolitan area. And to be honest, DoD child care providers actually do make more than the average child care provider just out in the local industry.
Okay, so are they keeping the employees the way we need to?
We're not retaining the employees by far. There's probably about a 40 to 50% turnover rate across all of the services. So ensuring that they have competitive pay and that also those benefits that they have are transferable when they move from one duty station to another. Historically, that hasn't been that challenging if you move from one Navy base to another. But we now know there's a lot of joint bases. So if I'm serving in the Marine Corps CDC and I have to move over to the Air Force, I can't transfer seamlessly. So that's a good move, just a common sense thing, and it won't cost any money.
That's always good. It makes it easier to get through.
Yeah, and one of those benefits they want to standardize is when a child care provider has a child that needs care, in the Air Force, they get a 100% discount. Mm-hmm. That's huge. That's money back into your pocket. The other services only offer 50%, so they want to standardize that. For the people that are needing child care, one of their recommendations included ensuring that there's no wait lists for fee assistance. Okay. Fee assistance is something that you can get if there are no spots in the installation child care facilities. We don't actually have a lot of transparency over how the individual services operate that, so very happy to see that there's more focus in ensuring that if the military can't provide you a space, they're going to take care of you and ensure that you can find care out in town. Another thing is DoD's child and youth programs has had what's called a Come Grow With Us initiative. And because there's such a high turnover rate, the hiring of child care providers spans the year. It just continues. It's cyclical. They started this initiative trying to target colleges and high schools to see if they could get talent directly into the pipeline. They also offer great benefits like continuing education, so those people could take advantage of that and promote within the service. What we haven't done a good job of is oversight on how that Come Grow With Us program is working. So one of the quality of life recommendations was to ensure that we have metrics that can measure how the program is working and to see if it should be implemented in other areas.
I mean, that's a constant challenge, understanding if we're actually making an impact with everything that we're doing.
Yes, absolutely. Childcare continues to be an issue and will continue to be an issue until it's addressed at the national level. I will argue that DoD has probably done a better job than than outside the gate. Right. So very pleased to see that we're going to continue to put pressure on DoD and make sure that these providers are taken care of.
So, I mean, this is one critical piece of the overall NDA process. So if people want to follow along and advocate at the correct time, how can they do that?
Yeah, make sure you're subscribing to the MOA newsletter and tune into our Legislative Action Center so you can take action on issues impacting the military community. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.